And by this hour, we mean the 6 o'clock hour of sunrise. Lots of ground to cover here. Chris with a traffic update in just a second. But Rodney gets the ball rolling with a little weather.
We have you noticed this yesterday. See if you notice it again, Drew. This is our Wells Fargo camera.
The bugs.
Bugs?
Yeah, the bugs.
Are
you
they back?
see them? They're flying all over the place.
Not like yesterday, though. Yesterday, I don't really. Oh, there's one.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a few. Oh, yeah, now I see them. Okay. Eyes starting to focus, Rod, sorry.
Cloudy skies from top of the Wells Fargo Tower. We've had reports of patchy drizzle. Those reports coming from China and myself when we drove in this morning. 67 degrees at noon, 74 at 5 o'clock. It's another day with the solid clouds to start and then kind of a variety of sun breaks, especially up in southwest Washington. The clouds may be stubborn again today, but at that high. 74. Here's Chris.
That looks lovely. All right, back over to the east side. Rod, I showed you this a couple of minutes ago. We actually had a little bit of a brush fire breaking out here near that Gateway Green Park between I-205 and I-84. It looks like firefighters have got that under control and mostly out, so good news there. I-205 southbound right now, and that's the Gateway Green area, so you can see some local slowing on I-205 south. Also a little slow right now on the east side of Clark County. I think road work is maybe responsible for some of that slowing, and I keep losing the camera. I apologize for that, but in any event, some local congestion there. Otherwise, Drew and China, the freeway drive is in pretty good shape so far.
Thanks for that update, Chris. We start our news headlines here at 6 o'clock with Vancouver gymnast Jordan Childs. An international sports court says it will not consider Team USA's appeal to let Childs keep the individual bronze medal she won during the floor routine. The controversy here stems from Childs' rotation during a leap and a point deduction that her coaches challenged at the time. We spoke with her Olympic teammate and Oregon State Beaver Jade Carey about this controversy. Thomas Schultz is going to join us with more on this coming up in our 6:30 half hour.
Early Sunday evening, 2 people were hurt in a shooting in a popular area of northwest Portland.
So we're going to show you some surveillance video here obtained by KGW that shows a man appearing to carry 2 bags and then have some sort of altercation with a pickup truck driver right around 7 o'clock in the evening, and it was 21st and Gleason. This is where that's all happening here. The driver gets out. We understand there may have been some sort of fight there with that truck driver. About 30 minutes later, more video appears to show someone returning in a vehicle, and you saw there a moment ago firing a gun. Both victims in this case are expected to survive. We also learned that the suspect, 46-year-old James Rennick, has turned himself into police already. He now faces attempted murder and assault charges. In other local headlines this morning, Clark County deputies arrested 2 teenagers after reports of a gunshot shut down a section of I-205 in Vancouver during yesterday's early evening rush hour. Authorities say the 13-year-old and 14-year-old were seen pulling out handguns at a nearby Vancouver park. Deputies caught both and say they found 2 loaded guns tucked between the fence line along the freeway.
Portland police made a handful of arrests in a recent human trafficking mission. During the course of these missions along Northeast 82nd Avenue, 8 people were arrested. 6 cars were towed and 2 guns were seized. Additionally, 13 providers were contacted and offered assistance with resources. If you or someone you know is being labor or sex trafficked, call 911 or the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-7888.
An 81-year-old man and his 41-year-old son both died after they were hit by a car this past weekend in Clackamas County.
While investigators say the driver remained at the scene, they're still trying to piece together what happened and if the driver was impaired. This happened in Boring around 9 o'clock Saturday night. Sheriff deputies responded to Southeast Lusted Road near Dodge Park Boulevard. That's where they found the victims, Larry Brenner and his son, Jonathan Brenner. We spoke with a neighbor who told us they deal with a lot of speeders on this stretch of the road.
It's pretty dangerous. The ditches are deep, and it's just dangerous, hard to get off the road out of somebody's way if they're driving crazy. I just feel sad for the families.
Investigators are asking anyone with information about the crash to contact the Clackamas County Sheriff's tip line. A GoFundMe has been set up for the Brenner family. After rejecting Clackamas County proposed deflection program 10 days ago, a state committee has now reversed its decision. Many counties are trying to establish some type of deflection program in an effort to move some illegal drug users towards treatment instead of jail before September 1st, when the possession of hard drugs becomes illegal again. Clackamas County's plan largely revolves around sending people to community court, also known as drug court. In a statement, the DA says he is confident that the program will help save lives.
All right, before we get back to Rodney Hill and his superior forecast, how about the superior work being done in the kitchen this morning at Banning's Restaurant and Pie House? Their 45th anniversary celebration is today. And if you're not familiar with the location, it's right there on Highway 99W in Tigard between I-5 and Highway 217. Do we have that family photo we can show off here? Yes, this is a family-run operation. Mom and Dad right there in the foreground. Started Bannings back in 1979. Second generation, keeping the Bannings tradition going strong here 45 years later. Rod, you were wondering about specials today.
Yes.
In honor of the 45th anniversary celebration. Tell me if these work for you.
Okay.
Rollback breakfast special. 2 eggs, hash browns, homemade biscuit, $2.10. Does that work?
Thumbs up, yes.
How about this one? Pie special. A slice of Marionberry or apple pie for 45 cents with the purchase of any regular priced entree. Does that work for Mr. Hill?
Yeah, so 45 years ago, is that what they're saying?
Yeah, 1979 is when it opened.
It was 45 cents for a slice of pie.
No, they're saying 45 cents for a slice of pie today in honor of their 45th anniversary.
Yeah. Well, I like it. Whatever the reasoning is, I think it's great.
Yeah, don't break it down so much, man. Just eat it. And then pay the small bill.
I've been to Bannings, yeah. Very classic family style dinner. So I bet they're busy out there in Tigard today. Here's the east side. Look at the last 3 hours. Thunderstorms, boom, 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 boom. Baker City, now north of La Grande. There's been some decent rain across this area as well. Of course, earlier in the summer, Baker City was the epicenter of some of the biggest fires. Those have been contained. Any rain this time of the year is absolutely terrific news. I'm sure fire crews are monitoring that carefully for any potential new fire starts from the lightning. Otherwise, we are dry minus the fact that we have a thick marine layer of low clouds here on the west side, coast and valley. We're probably getting some drizzle patches still around the area. So don't be surprised if you notice a little bit of mist or moisture in the air. Here's Uquinna Bay live. Look how just glassy, quiet Uquinna Bay is this morning. 56 is the early temperature there. This is the Rose City camera looking back over the West Hills. You can see the cloudy skies, and the Willamette is very glassy as well. Winds out along the Columbia at the airport being reported as calm. Again, the early number there is 63. 59 in Hillsborough and Beaverton. Tigard not reporting, but that's the home of Bannings restaurant and the 45-cent slice of pie this morning. 59 down in Albany, 59 in Almsville, 52 is your number out in Silverton. We do expect a redevelopment of some thunderstorms out toward the Blue Mountains later today, so we have that in the forecast. Remember yesterday, from Burns to Baker City, it was about 90. Today, 81 and 83. So again, cooler weather moving across all of our state. Here on the west side, we'll look for more sunbreaks south of Portland, fewer sunbreaks to the north this afternoon. Portland's high at 74. Sunnier, brighter days tomorrow and Thursday, 82 tomorrow. We're still eyeing a chance of rain both days this weekend. Could be a boomer on Saturday and could be some decent rain. Rain showers on Sunday. Okay.